the fuck is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode, Blitz with Blake. We are doing the second annual Midseason award show. For those of you who didn't tune in or hear last year's, essentially what we do is we break down the entire first half of the NFL season, try to make some predictions as to who's going to win what based upon the first half, and we see how right we are. Grab yourself a beer. It's going to be one hell of a fucking episode. I am here with, we're 5 seconds in. We already lied. We don't have 7 finalists. Shout out JLove. Get better soon, buddy. And we're missing Bogard. He's at a birthday party. He'll be here soon. But for the time being, I am with 4 other very, very prestigious finalists. We're going to introduce the first one here. Justin from Clock Management. What's going on, man?
What up? Happy to be here, man. Happy for these awards. I'm excited, and that intro was amazing.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Our next one, classic guest. You see him every Tuesday, folks. Spencer, the Guru.
What's happening, BW? Clock in the house? Oh, yeah. It's going to be a lit episode, y'all. I'm excited. Get these awards handed out. I know we're going to have some good, some bad, but got to get them handed out, y'all. It's going to be fun. Can't wait to run it with y'all.
Hell yeah, dude. Appreciate you both being here. Next up, Fantasy Football Peacock. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up? Glad to be here. Thanks for having me on. Ready to pass out all this virtual hardware to the studs and some of the not so studs.
Some of the duds. Appreciate you being here, Peacock. And finally, the Fantasy Football Hustler. Oh, love that. Right away. We're here.
In the building. What up? What up?
Oh, shit.
Ripping it off to start.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
It's always 420 somewhere. It's almost 420 in, I think, Hawaii.
Hey, hell yeah.
I can picture like you have the global clocks like up in the back. I don't know.
It's part of my channel where they know someone's like needs to be on it to have a world clock up, because if it's a random time, you know, we got to know where it's 420 at.
Oh, yeah.
The ripping and the tearing.
All right, so the awards for tonight, we have Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, MVP. I got a little honorable mention moment, mainly because I couldn't figure out where to put it, but it was kind of a kick-ass moment so far this season. Finally, to round everything up, we got the Who the Fuck Is This Guy award, the Is This a Fucking Joke award, the Better Luck Next Year award, and the Player Hater of the Year award. Shout out to Hustler for that last award. That's awesome. And the Better Luck Next Year award, for those of you that are listening that didn't hear last year's. Last year, fun fact, me and Bogard, in the intro, I put in there that last year awards were given and futures were predicted, because last year, I think it was 12 hours before Sunday started and the second half of the season, we gave Joe Burrow the Better Luck Next Year award, and then he tore his ACL the next day. So kind of fucking nutty.
I remember that. I remember that.
If you mention anyone on my team for that category, ooh, so help me.
No, I just remember that specifically happening, like that the very next game, or that, you know, within that week or whatever it was. Oh, unfortunate. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen this time around.
Hey, JLove, shout out. Appreciate you coming.
Get better.
Get better. Lost is
that
voice.
voice
Get better, JLove. Get better, buddy.
All right, let's kick it off with Offensive Rookie of the Year. right, who wants to kick this one off?
It's definitely not going to be Trevor Lawrence and his 9 interceptions.
Yeah, no quarterback. It's not going to be a quarterback. To me, this one's a 2-horse race between Najee and Jamar Chase, both having really, really impressive years. Man, it's going to be tough.
Which horse you putting your carriage behind, Guru?
I'm going with Chase. I'm going with Chase. I feel like Najee's really good, but a lot of it's due to volume. His efficiency is not all that great. Where Chase has both the volume and the field stretching ability, the great yards per catch. So I'm going with Chase.
I'm going with Najee because he is their offense. They run the ball through the air with him. They run the ball with him. And he isn't given much. He has to earn everything he gets. That offensive line isn't what it used to be. I think there's more. Chase has more things around him for his success than Najee does. So I got to respect what Najee's done.
Unfortunately, I'm a Steelers fan, but I would have to go with Chase on this one personally. Mainly because I don't think Najee's going to be able to put up the numbers behind that offensive line to stay in pace with Chase's numbers.
The reason why I'm going Chase, this is a mid-season award. Maybe Najee can take it by the full season, but he's setting records, out there. This is a very special year. And even though he's had kind of 2 off weeks, over the last couple of weeks, he's going to bounce back after his bye. And all the yards that he's thrown up so far, what's he thrown up? Over 800 yards, a ridiculous pace that he's on right now. He's set to shatter Justin Jefferson's, his season last year, even without the extra game, just 16 games, he could probably still do it.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. It's pretty close. I do have, so just to put it in perspective, I have both of these players on 2 separate teams. One team's middling, the other team's, doing extremely well because I think of where I was able to nab Jamar Chase in the draft. So, where you got him for his draft capital and how he's performed thus far, I think that everybody was off of him because of the whole drops in the preseason. And he's turned it completely around. He did a 180 just starting in week 1 and hasn't really let up until just recently. And I think that's more of a Joe Burrow problem than a Jamar Chase problem at this point. So I think, like you said, it's a midseason award kind of deal. I think that that's the guy that's carrying that team in particular that, I'm having a little more success with. So I would vote Chase in this situation.
So are we 4-1 right now?
I think there you have it, folks. It's very close. He's great. He's great. I have in that other league, I'm telling you, I have 2 other running backs, and by far and away, he's way more consistent than Jones and Henderson. So because he like Justin was saying, he is the entire offense in Pittsburgh, and he saw it. I think it was last night where every route he ran, it was I feel like 50% of them, Big Ben just turned around and threw it to him automatically.
And I think about 160% of his yards come after contact.
He's getting in the backfield already as soon as he gets the ball.
Plus, he's a great kid. You saw his work that he did with the community service. You can't help but like him. He did the whole thou and shouting out the Mexican community. So that's awesome as well. So I'm down with that. So you like to see him succeed. Like I said, very close second in this race of all these other guys that you threw out there. I'm surprised you didn't throw Davis Mills out there.
He'll come up later. And
I know.
I think for me, part of it too was I did have Najee a little bit lower than consensus for fantasy purposes, and I had Jamar Chase a little bit higher. So the surprise factor for Najee for me helped elevate him in my own mind.
Did you guys see his tweet yesterday? I think it was after
absolutely.
The game,
I retweeted that.
So funny, dude. I was laughing so hard. He's like, I definitely didn't sleep on the floor in college.
I slept in my bed.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I thought
are we gonna go a 3rd year in a row with new announcers for Monday Night Football next year?
Peyton and Eli. Make them the announcers of regular Monday Night Football.
Make it the staple, right?
Yeah. I think they tried, but Peyton didn't want to travel.
Peyton Manning always
will not travel.
Bitch.
Yeah,
they just need to change shit around. Just a new day. Like
it's because like
I mean,
I think getting on flights, something will happen with the pressure in his head, or
Well,
it has to do with the clearance. He can't sit in a normal flight, so.
Well, get him on a private jet. Fucking get him there.
There is no overhead storage when Peyton Manning's on a plane.
I just thought it was funny last night where they're like the announcer, they're talking and they're talking about obviously all of Najee Harris's work in communities, but then they bring up like, you know, poverty in his past and everything like that. And they're like, we'll get to a break and then we will learn more about Najee Harris. I'm like, you guys have talked about it the last 10 fucking minutes. Can we move on?
Can
we
talk about the game?
He's awesome. Holy shit.
Montgomery had broke like 4 tackles during that sentence and you didn't even mention him.
They're slacking. And so and for some context, Chase is wide receiver 3, Najee's running back 4, and they're literally 8 points apart right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's really close. Really close. Yeah, it was a great quarterback class, but none of the quarterbacks have really panned out so far as being in that rookie of the year discussion.
Like I'm saying, for me, it's the price difference. Like, you know, I got Najee at the turn in the second in one league, I think, and then they're Chase like basically off of waivers in another league almost. No, it was
off of
waivers. Yeah, it's a league where you can only roster 3. You can only roster 3 receivers in this particular league, 3 receivers, 3 running backs. Like it's a roster limit.
Dang.
So I literally got him off of waivers because nobody drafted him because of all the preseason drops.
Yeah,
so
week 1 he went off a lot in the preseason.
Yeah, week 1 either week 1 he went off or right before the game in week 1 I picked him up. I don't remember how it happened, but either way I got him very early right after that.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't panic about the preseason drops thing. I'm glad to have multiple shares of his because he's been a big help, no doubt. I mean, he's been ridiculous. Just a rookie of the year pace, a record pace.
Yeah, I have no idea how I don't have more shares of him because, like I said, I had him ranked higher than most people, and somehow he's on like 2 of my teams.
I'm telling you, it's the preseason. You should just not watch that stuff, honestly.
Sure, yeah. I mean, unless someone gets injured or
the NFL's trying to get rid of it for us.
Yeah, they did in 2020. Yeah. They keep, COVID. They don't keep everything the same, and that's one thing I wouldn't mind if they kept the same. No preseason.
They added a regular season game, and they took away a preseason game, but they could have just taken away a preseason game.
I think eventually it'll be 2-18. I think they're gonna like in a few years, not 2. I'll say in about 5 years they'll probably make it 18-2 if I had to guess.
A couple of bye weeks. That's not.
Yeah, add a second bye week.
Add the second bye week. Yeah, they've proposed it. It could be done. I think it'll. I don't know how the TV contract is. I think as soon as whenever the big TV contract ends, that's when they'll redo everything.
It seems like a long season.
That's their goal, and they're trying to prolong everything. Like, I mean, now with the 17-game season, they've got it a week longer. They're trying to just make football.
Let's just get it to baseball level.
Right, yeah. They just want it to be more and more and take up
182 games.
They figure more games, more
Jerry
revenue.
Jones would be happy.
Yeah, I think
right.
Baseball has like games on 370 days out of the year.
That's pretty close.
Too many. Too many. Them things run together.
I think the math adds up still.
All right, so 4-1, Jamar Chase. The Louisiana
boy, Jamar Chase. Let's get it.
Blake, you want to bring in Jamar to accept his award, or?
Unfortunately, folks, Jamar couldn't be with us tonight. I would gladly accept his award for him. Thank you, everyone. Put this on the shelf.
I have a feeling you're gonna have to accept a lot of people's reward.
I mean, there are games this week. A lot of these guys are resting up, so we'll let you know who does show up. Stay tuned.
Oh yeah, might have a surprise for you.
Next up, defensive rookie of the year. What are we thinking? Who wants to kick it off?
Hustler, you should kick it off. You're a resident.
Yeah. You're the defense guy.
I hate to say it. I hate to be the one to kick it off with the Cowboys player, but Micah Parsons, he's living up to where he was drafted. He's so good that they ran Jalen Smith out of town. He's a beast. He's the truth. He literally does everything well. And if he can stay healthy, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the NFC least. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm with Huss on this one. Yeah, no joke. I have to say I'm with Huss on this one. You know, I mean, Micah Parsons' presence has really helped turn around this Cowboys defense. I know they had an off week this week against Denver, but for the season, they've had a huge resurgence on defense to make it to where they're not completely make them where they're a little bit above the rest of the NFC least. So and the numbers, he's got the numbers, the tackles, the sacks, the numbers speak. The team's good. I mean, he's helped the team get better. So I'm going with Micah, and I see Bogey's in the house. What's good, Bogard?
Yeah. Hey, give me money.
And for those who don't know, because it just had his whole season stats on there, he should get it just as off of his week 9 alone. 2.5 sacks, 8 solo tackles, 2 combined tackles. So even in a real shitty game for his team, he was the shining star out of every defender on the entire field that day.
Hey, Landry from Tennessee, he's a sophomore, right? He's not a rookie.
Harold Landry. I think he's got a few years in.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I was thinking he was a rookie. I was like, why the fuck isn't he on this list? I'm like,
2018, he was drafted.
So I was gonna go with Patrick Surtain coming in, when you first sent over the show doc for me, but he sprained his knee and is going to miss multiple weeks. So I don't think he's going to be able to keep up with any of these guys, really. So I'm going to agree with Parsons.
Yeah, he's running away with that thing.
Yeah, with everybody who's in here in front of us in this category. I mean, Sante Samuel Jr. and the other one there, but other than that, yeah, definitely Parsons leading the category. I would like to talk about his teammate, but we could do some stuff about that later. But I think he's definitely dominating this category.
The way that the Cowboys managed to turn around their defense, in part because of him too, from last year, is just amazing.
Yeah, they're just moving him around, lining him up everywhere. It's pretty, just letting him wreak havoc.
Yeah.
So are we all in agreement, Parsons? I mean, that's where I'm at least.
Damn it.
Doctor, do you concur? Doctor?
I concur, Doctor. Do you see Bezos' girlfriend all over Leo? That's because we're referencing that. You're referencing that Leonardo DiCaprio movie right now, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I was just making sure.
Had to be.
I was hoping so. I was like, you don't just say that, dude. Anyway, son, you should check that out. It's hilarious. Anyway,
I definitely will.
All right. Micah Parsons takes it away. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Congratulations.
This is boring. We haven't had any arguments yet. Did you pick these ones on purpose because they were a shoe-in?
No, I just picked these ones because this is last year's. Exactly what I did last year.
Perfect.
Unfortunately, folks, Micah Parsons couldn't be here with us tonight, so I will once again be accepting this award on behalf of him. I promise I have some different looking awards. I'll bring some out just to kind of change it up. I'm sure.
We will there's a couple other ones. I would say the next 3 categories are a little harder to decide. Defensive Player of the Year is next up. wants to kick it off? What are we thinking?
TJ motherfucking Watt. Man, that guy's a savage. He's and he's played one less game than everybody here. And they've had their bye their bye week too. So he's played 2 less games than some people who may be on this list. That dude is a man child. When he's not on the field, their entire team sucks. It's like they know that they will lose if he's not on the field.
We will lose if he's not on the field. That's a fact.
I really wanted to go with Trayvon Diggs here because like he's the shiny, shiny piece of candy on the table. What everyone's been talking about the first few seasons. He's Stephon Diggs, and then he's getting these interceptions. But I think I have to agree with you. He's not as impactful of a player. So as shiny and exciting as it is, I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Can't shine doo-doo, baby.
So we had on there was Diggs, and who was the second choice after Diggs?
Bobby Wagner, Myles Garrett, Trayvon Diggs, TJ Watt, Denzel Perryman. For
sure. Yeah.
But
I mean, Garrett, I'm probably going to pass rush or either Garrett or I think Watt, though, just because, he's just such an impactful player like Huss and Clock were saying. I'd like to play devil's advocate here, but I'm going to say that for later. I'm going Watt.
I will say if Myles Garrett rips someone's helmet off and hits them with it again, I'm changing my answer.
Oh yeah, he would have got bonus points for that for sure.
If Myles Garrett were to have gone sleeveless a couple more times, you probably would have picked him. But like he started getting randomly drug tested every time he did that, so he's been wearing sleeves for all his games. So that's one of the reasons. But I will play a little bit of devil's advocate. I do love guys named Myles, because that's me. But I'm going to go another direction here. I have Watt in a league, and he's been terrific for me. But the other person that I do have playing in my safety spot or my defensive back spot is Diggs, who's been incredible. Save this last game, right? For the Cowboys, just picking off. And I understand, he takes some risks and he can get burned downfield or whatnot. But you're talking about impact. 7 takeaways in some of these games, were difference makers, or it's getting the Cowboys into position to score very quickly. And he may have even returned one of those for a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. So, this guy's, also, you're talking about an impact player. It's definitely in this guy, and you're talking about 2 touchdowns. So, not only is he taking the ball away, but he's already giving you points that you don't have to score on offense. And then they're going right back out there on defense. He's a tremendous IDP play every time he is out there, except for this past week, 2.5 points for some crazy reason. But other than that, he's been great for my team. And I love playing that combo of Watt and Diggs. So it was tough for me, but I am going to play devil's advocate and say that Diggs has been a little more impactful for my fantasy team at this halfway point of the season.
I'm going TJ Watt. He's just for everything that everybody said, because he's just like, whoa.
Lights out. He's saying he's lights out. I get it.
Drop the mic.
He's lights out. You know what I mean? In the road in it. You know that we rehearsed that. You know what I mean? Hey, tripping though. I'm in my in-laws' garage right now, and the light is peaking, and it's crazy because that's how what things do when I'm on mushrooms, and like everywhere I've been going. I'm not
good. We had the poll. We were curious.
Listen, no, look.
We were wondering if Luigi would make an appearance.
I'm actually not here. But like I said, I usually only things like that happen when I'm on mushrooms. I'm like, when Neo could like move things and he was like not plugged in. He was like,
I get it.
You know what I mean? Amazing.
I'm gonna have to agree with Peacock though. I'm going Diggs in this situation.
What? You're a Steelers fan, bro.
Yeah, he voted Chase over Najee. for rookie of the year.
What more do you want? I mean, I know you paid him all that money. He is definitely living up to the money that he's being.
Oh, he is for sure. For sure. He's impactful on every game, but I put it more in the perspective of at least Diggs has produced some points. TJ has the potential to produce some points, but our offense sucks. So, if I'd take Diggs over here too. So get some defensive points because we're not scoring on offense. So.
Yeah, you make a good point. I mean, that's 7 interception. That's pace. That's a record pace. Like that would break records. So for like mid-season, that's it's really
field
close.
Position after those two.
It's really
what
close.
I'm saying? Yeah, like
Blake,
so
what I think you're saying is we need to put TJ Watt in that tight end.
Hold on, Tim Patrick just dusted Diggs, man. Diggs ain't like all that, man. Come on, look at that, lights out.
All right. I'm not changing Bogard, so I'm keeping Watt.
No,
TJ Watt.
I did say it was just this one game, where he didn't perform.
Burned his ass all game.
I mean, maybe
it's
we're
only
just
one
sleeping
game
on Tim Patrick.
Watch. This is it where, just like Peacock just said, it's only one game. Next week, it's only going to be 2 games. Then the week after that, it's only going to be 3 games. Like, let's see when he stops.
I'm not a Cowboys fan.
Let's see.
I know. I'm
pretty sure.
I mean, I don't think
Cowboys here.
I'm not saying Diggs is bad. Diggs is amazing, but TJ Watt is just a little more amazing to me.
Have you seen? I can't remember who it was, but it was like it might have been week 1, and I swear he when he tackled like Josh Allen, how like he did a strip sack and grabbed both of his arms and like pretty much like hogtied him.
Oh yeah,
behind.
I remember that.
That was wild. Like, man, that was like the perfect kind of strip sack. Nobody was touching it. Like nobody was going to get it.
He threw him in a van and wrote a ransom note after that too.
Bro, he did that whole move in one move, bro. In one move.
And Josh Allen hasn't been the same since, right?
You know what's crazy, bro? Is, hold on. Going back to the Tim Patrick thing, right? Tim Patrick burned him. And then he still has to play McLaurin twice. He's gonna play against Tyreek Hill in a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Devontae Smith twice.
I mean, for relevance though, it's the Tyreek Hill from 2021.
I was going to say also when he played against Smith that last time, Smith slipped on a route, and that was one of his pick sixes against the Eagles. So
I remember that.
Tim Patrick also ran a 4.47, dude.
It won me a week.
Yeah.
It cost me a week.
Tim Patrick's a tactician. Listen, Patrick, he hides 4th on the depth chart so no one sees how good he is.
A good spot to be in.
Secret agent Tim. I think he might be passing up Cortland Sutton on that depth chart.
Yeah. I think Cortland Sutton. See, that's the thing too. Is like you would Cortland Sutton would draw #1 coverage, and they were like, "Nah, it's this Tim Patrick guy over here."
Yeah, Tim the Toolman Patrick.
I like
TJ,
that.
Congratulations on the huge contract. I will also accept your award for you. Defensive player of the year, or of the midway point. Sorry. We're taking this one back to Wisconsin to Blake.
Hey, make sure you're careful with that though. I don't want to see Diggs intercept that on its way.
Could happen. The package never gets there.
Offensive player of the year is next. could get dicey. What are we thinking?
I think this is where we start seeing a change in the agreement with people.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is
the
going
show
to be tough.
My bad. I
Hey,
totally didn't read the names. Who the names?
We got. It's funny because while they were up, I was reading the show sheet and I'm like, they're in front of my face. Why am I reading this? But it's Cooper Kupp, Kyler Murray, Deebo Samuel, Matthew Stafford, and Tom Brady. I'm going with Deebo Samuel here.
That's a good choice
because everyone had written Deebo off already as the number 2 wide receiver in San Francisco. Dude comes back, has been balling out. He's the wide receiver 4 on the year, and he has 1 less game played than the 3 wide receivers above him. So with the same amount of games, he could easily overtake both Tyreek Hill and Jamar Chase because they're just ahead of him. So he could be the wide receiver 2 on the year, and was just like everyone assumed he was the second wide receiver on there for San Francisco.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely in the worthy candidate to be in the conversation. I have multiple Deebo shares, and glad I do because he's had a hell of a year. But I'm gonna stick with a receiver, but I'm gonna have to play devil's advocate here and go with Cooper Kupp. Man, Cooper Kupp is it's insane. He's on a record pace, like we talked about with Jamar Chase for the offensive rookie of the year. I mean, this is a deal where Cooper Kupp's putting up Jerry Rice level production, and that's just. Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen that well since Jerry Rice, so it's just like insane to
let's
think
not
that
say
he's
Jerry Rice. Let's say like
I mean, for this is a mid-season award. I mean, for what he's done in the mid-season at this point is just it's unbelievable to me. And the quarterbacks, yeah, Brady's done well, of course. Stafford, Kupp's quarterback's good too. I mean, they're all. I mean, it's close. But I'm going Kupp here. I feel like he's that dude. He's got the numbers to back it up. And he's just, I mean, he's what's made that offense as special as it is. I know Henderson's solid and Woods, but Kupp though is head and shoulders above everyone in his position right now.
He definitely is, but I gotta say, there's nothing like when Deebo gets the ball into his hands, that's when the excitement begins, right? Like that's when you're like, oh my God, let's see what he does after the catch. With Cooper Kupp, I feel like he gets the ball in his hands, and you're like, all right, great catch, plays over. Let's go on to the next catch.
Here's why.
Yeah, well, it's like because that catch is in the end zone already. Like, he just got over.
right, exactly.
I mean, because Matthew Stafford's throwing it to him, 30 yards down the field, but
I'm worried about
Jimmy G's throwing it half a yard behind the line of scrimmage. So.
Oh, that was the knock on Cooper Kupp back in the day, that he would just, he was a little slant man or like running little out routes.
With Jared Goff.
He's an all over. Yeah, but exactly with Jared Goff, but he's an all over the place guy. And the fact that there's 2 Rams in this list is a testament to what that offense is doing right now. And you want to look at some of these other guys on the list, and they've, there might have been a down week here and there or whatever. And a Cooper Kupp down week is your wide receiver, top wide receiver 2 numbers. So I'm gonna have to agree with Spence here and say that it is indeed Cooper Kupp who's the offensive player of the year. The only place where I have Cooper Kupp, I'm wrecking shop in that league. So thank you, Cooper Kupp. I will gladly accept this award if you do win this category.
You know what, man? If we could project Cooper Kupp to do the same thing in the second half, you know what I mean? I'll eat crow, but I'm saying Brady, because Brady's the one I believe can continue that pace. You know what I mean? And because as long as avocado still exists, bro, this guy is. and the value where we got him at. You know what I mean? You didn't get him.
I don't know, man. Avocados go bad pretty fast.
I mean, but that's why
him out in the open.
That's why he eats them.
He has acres upon acres of these things. He's the point. Listen, he's actually green. You know what I mean? But he puts makeup on him because he eats so much avocados. He's green, bro. Like the flamingos. Flamingos are pink because they eat this specific
krill.
Shrimp.
Exactly.
Or krill or whatever.
That's all they eat, to the point that they're pink. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
He's actually
Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the best.
Fuck Tom Brady, dude. Fuck Tom Brady.
I was gonna go. I was gonna go with Tom Brady.
Please.
It was between for me.
Brady
it was
was my
Cooper,
second choice.
Cooper and Brady was also my second, but he did have a down week, and then he pouts and kind of cries. So I'm going with Cooper still.
I hate Tom Brady, but I gotta go with him. He's on pace for 53 touchdowns, 5,600 yards right now. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, he's an asshole, but he deserves this award. Like 25 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. Like, it's getting crazy out here. And I know that his defense, I know his offense is the shit, but every defense is keying in on them right now, and he's still able to overcome it. You know, I think he's only had 2 games out of these where he's thrown 1 TD or less, and he's got a rushing touchdown, on the season, so he's got 26 touchdowns. Like,
well, there's more coming, man, because they haven't done goal line
it
sneaks.
Was the only game he threw the 1 touchdown for was the 1 touchdown was against New England. You know what I mean? So
no, he got goosed on that one. He threw 0.
Yeah, he was doing that as a favor to them. He owed the city.
Yeah, that's the bad game I'm telling you about. That's why I'm saying halfway through. I'm at this point.
His one bad game of the year.
But he is
the other game the other one could have been a bad game where he only threw 1 touchdown, but I threw for 400 yards that game.
Oh yeah, that was against the Rams.
Yeah,
in leagues with bonuses, that's it's top tier shit. Stuff.
Yeah,
and a lot of people got him in double-digit rounds. If you play in a 1 QB league with him, like you've been playing with house money since week 1.
Yeah, I mean, single QB leagues. If I'm not going in for the big name mobile QB early, then I'm always I'm trying to find that late guy, like, and you know what I'm saying, like
it's Stafford.
But,
or
I mean, that's
Brady
my point
Stafford
with Debo, though. Is with Debo, you also got him that late to where he's just a free wide receiver 1. You got super late in the draft.
I'll agree that Debo should be in the midseason conversation, but I worry about him for the duration of the season.
I do agree with that.
At one point, we're gonna see Lance, and then that's just like everything is just. I worry about every skill position guy there. You know what I mean?
Except George Kittle.
People want to say regression when you say Cooper Kupp, but I don't think so. I can see he's a tactician. He's a route.
I think with Cooper Kupp there will be like some regression. Like
he needs to get hurt. That's the only
just in like quotes, because I think he's still going to put up great numbers all year, like the entire season. But I just don't know if he can maintain these ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, and let's not forget Cooper Kupp was a decent value in drafts. I mean, he was going like the 4th round. It's not like you had to break the bank for him. Yeah, he was. You're getting the overall WR1 at a great value.
I got him. I think 4th round as my wide receiver.
Yeah, him and Robert Woods went back to back.
And then I have Tom Brady in that league as well.
Bruh, Cooper Kupp is going to be in the conversation for a top 3 pick overall next year. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I will probably
not at least top 5.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's doing insane stuff. I mean, I just pulled it up on Pro Football Reference. They still have it per 16. They need to hopefully update it to per 17 to make it nice. But this is what we got. So a Cooper Kupp, 132 on receptions, 1,812 yards, 18 touchdowns. So he do that per 17. Ridiculous. Oh yeah,
17.9 fantasy points per game in standard.
Yeah, and listen. He's never had a game. I mean, he's only had 1 game under 90 yards. And that under 92 yards, and that was 1 game he was like 5 for like 60 or something like that. 5 for like 64.
Yeah, exactly what he was with 13 targets.
Yeah, he really sucked.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, for real though. That was the one bad game all year. This guy's insane. Like
right now we're at 2 for Brady and 2 for Kupp.
So here's my only question:
voting for Debo
when you vote for when you vote for Cooper Kupp, you don't at all consider Matthew Stafford.
I absolutely do.
Oh yeah, he's in the
it.
mix.
You know, that's why he's
in the
tearing
mix.
it up.
Him and Brady are like a coin flip to me for a second.
I think what Brady has done is more impressive than what Stafford has done. But I feel like as far as just stats
more impressive than all of them.
Cooper Kupp is, you know, the most impressive wide receiver, even though I voted for Debo, because for Debo, it's outperforming what was expected of him, I think.
Right, of course.
Is why I go for him.
And the only difference for real with Stafford is that he's on the winning team. He's always put up numbers. You know what I mean? Stafford always put up numbers. Only difference is now he's on a team that's winning. You know what I mean? Brady's just, I also just, you got to add in the fact that he's hella old and doing this shit. Like that's me out. You know what I mean? Like I
he could be Stafford's dad.
Yeah.
I can see it.
If Brady had a kid at what, 13? Stafford.
I'm saying it's in the realm of possibility.
Which, look at his wife. He most likely does have a kid from age 13 because his wife is a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
So for what it's worth, Cooper Kupp is on pace for 18 TDs and 1,924 yards.
And just for reference, we'll get to see Debo and Kupp playing in the same game this week.
Oh, yes.
That might break.
Whoever has a better game wins it. They get to steal it. They get to steal it from the other person.
Oh no! I'm just gonna change my vote then.
I mean, I got Cooper Kupp personally.
Hey,
that's who I got. Just strictly based on the numbers.
Cooper Kupp's the man. He's the man.
Honestly, it makes it damn near impossible for me to vote for Tom Brady. Like, granted, his numbers are extremely, but I hate him so much. I can't give him anything.
I'm with BW on that, man. I can't stand Brady, especially now that he's in my fucking division now, man. Fuck that guy.
The whole offseason, I was debating people on Tom Brady not being the GOAT and like just like having fun, like ruffling people's feathers all offseason.
I love Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the GOAT.
Man, I like to talk good about Tom Brady because everyone hates him. So I feel like you ruffle more feathers when you're like, Tom Brady's great and he's a good person. Right? That's gonna piss people off.
Yeah, even people that say he's the GOAT usually say he's an asshole. So yeah, that'll ruffle more feathers. Yeah, that's a good point.
You also got to remind him how like better looking he is than most men. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Doesn't he? Looks good doing it. Yeah.
And that's always when I talk about 49ers, that's always my argument with Jimmy G is like, did we factor in how good looking he is though? Because I mean that makes him an average quarterback.
He throws picks, but he looks damn good doing it.
Handsome Jimmy.
Handsome Jimmy makes some ugly mistakes, bro.
Yeah, he's mediocre, but
yeah, and it averages out to being like just an average quarterback. His great looks with his horrible play.
But will his good looks keep him ahead of Trey Lance? That is the question.
Only for so long.
You know,
maybe because Trey Lance is a goofy looking motherfucker.
Oh, Trey, man. Trey's probably like, this goddamn handsome Jimmy. I'm better than him. He just looks better than me.
Yeah, he just goes over and smiles at the coach and he starts him.
I know. Oh, shit. Like Shanahan is seduced by handsome Jimmy. Come on, Kyle, snap out of it.
But see, here's the thing. I think Jimmy don't really care if he gets benched because like he's just gotta like work on his tan and like you know what I mean. Like
yeah he'll just do him.
Here's the thing, man. You know Jimmy is
just play it cool. Yeah.
I always like my wishful thinking going into the year was like you know when you have like visions of grandeur for your team and my whole thing was like you know
more than one win.
Back to win. Jimmy wins Super Bowls the best on the bench, bro. You know what I mean? So I figured it was like a good omen. Like, oh my God, what if we have a miracle run and Jimmy wins one on the bench.
Does he just not like? I mean, he seems like the type of guy that like literally everything just always works out for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the 2019 season with him. It just like everything worked out for him, except for the actual Super Bowl.
I don't even think he knows how to read. He never had to. You know what I mean? Like,
passed him in school.
I know he can't read defenses.
He gets far in life just on his looks, bro, alone. You know what I mean? Like, he just smiles. Like, listen, he goes. I bet you everywhere he goes, he gets free meals. He smiles. Oh, it's Jimmy.
Yeah, right? I don't think they even know who he is. They're just like, he smiles and they're like, I'm buying that guy a meal.
Bro, when he's in the streets, bro, homeless people give their money to him. It's just like, it's crazy, bro.
That's why San Francisco has so many homeless people.
He's like,
Jimmy G has it all.
He's like better than the he's better than the Dos Equis man, bro.
So to sum this up, Tom Brady didn't win the category, right? It's Cooper Kupp.
Right.
Cooper
Kupp.
Next up, MVP, aka by the way, when I put this together, I was like, let's face it, it's a quarterback award. So MVP.
For me, it's Jalen Hurts, and he's not even on the list.
Hey, was Stafford on the list?
No.
MVP.
I don't think he was on it.
Tom Brady, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, and fantasy. Dak.
Yeah, not for fantasy though, but for fantasy, yes, I was definitely would have considered Hurts.
I gotta go the GOAT again.
Yeah, lock me in for Tom Brady as well.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about him, but I'll vote for Tom Brady.
I want to vote. Can I write in a vote for Stafford? I was gonna go Stafford.
Yeah, sure.
It's like writing in Ross Perot.
Yeah, I'm writing it in, baby. Matthew Stafford for MVP. I went Cooper Kupp for Offensive Player of the Year. I'm going with the Rams. All in with the Rams. Matthew Stafford for MVP.
Ross Perot with the ears.
Yeah. Come on, man. It's like writing in Ross Perot. He's not going to do you're not going to do anything with that vote.
You got to try. You got to try. Don't wasting your vote. I don't think I'm wasting it, man. Stafford. I think he's a legit case for him. I know the GOAT's really good. I'll say I'm not saying it's like I'm not saying Stafford's head and shoulder. I mean, Brady is right there. It's very close. It's a coin flip, but I mean, I'm going Stafford, man.
Peacock, really if you said Davis Mills.
And Stafford has an extra game played over Brady right now.
I was gonna write in a fantasy MVP, and that is Cordarrelle Patterson.
He
better be on here somewhere.
He may not be. That's why I had to mention him. So if I was gonna write in an MVP award, and you know what? He's equal to a quarterback because he's a running back and a wide receiver, and you could flex him anywhere. He is the flex MVP, running back, wide receiver MVP, and he was free in a lot of leagues where your last pick in drafts.
Growing up, if his mom could work 3 jobs, then he could play 3 positions.
You know, and Wildcat, I don't know if that's QB, but give him the designation, and I'm all for it because he's scoring 25 points a game, 17 to 25 points a game anyway. Put him in your QB.
Just don't give him the tight end designation because we don't need that again this year.
Is Sleeper fucked up? Is Sleeper fucking up?
No.
Yeah, there we go. Corduroy Pimpin.
Corduroy Pimpin.
Hooray!
Corduroy.
I gotta change now that he's in the category. I gotta change my answer to the pimp.
Right?
You know what? I'll second that. I'm gonna switch it up to corduroy pimping because most people got him week 2 of the waiver wire. Like that's like MVP status right there. Running back, right? Wide receiver, like every league that I have him in, he is starting every single week. It could be at running back, it could be wide receiver, it could be at the flex. Who knows? But the pimp is in there.
Yeah, you know what? Really, I had to witness it firsthand against my Saints. We had come all the way back on the Falcons, and guess who ends our chances? The pimp himself. I'm like, that goddamn corduroy Patterson, you motherfucker, man. I've been rooting for you all year, then you curse my team, but hey, gotta tip my hat to the pimp, man. That dude is a baller, straight up certified baller.
And just like we all thought, he'd have his breakout year 7.
The most random breakout, with the freaking Falcons. Like, what the hell?
I've been yelling this and screaming this and
Julio. He's better than Julio.
Telling Bogard about this shit ever since 2013. I was calling for him to have his breakout year. So it's like bullshit. 8 years too early. And it's crazy that nobody could figure out how to unlock, the pimping until he goes over to the Falcons.
I mean, he did have Matt Nagy trying, and Matt Nagy can't figure out how to unlock Allen Robinson. So,
oh my God! Me and Bogard were talking about that last night. The 4 running back sets, the 4 tight end sets. Like Nagy, what the dude? You
he was running three running back sets.
Is that?
Like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, I was like, it's the kind of shit. Like, does he like?
And they're not the Browns. They don't have 3 running backs.
Right? Yeah, they even put Nagy in the damn concussion protocol. I think he's had a freaking 5-year-long concussion and is not treating it. He keeps suppressing it, and it gets worse and worse. He gets dumber and dumber. Like, dude, you gotta chill out. You gotta just check yourself in. And then, I mean, bro, you're just fucking the team up.
Dude, and they're running these 3. Crap. They're running these 3 running back sets, and you got 15 tight ends, and none of them can fucking block. What the fuck is going on?
4 tight end set. Only Matt Nagy would do that shit. Hey, man. 4 tight end set. Like, this is, I'm done. I'm my man out. I can't watch this.
And they draft Cole Kmet and only rely on Jimmy Graham in the red zone. So
right?
You know who we're going for?
Or the road dog Jesse James last week. Who saw that coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, then the third guy, it's like they throw to any of the Jasper guy, or they throw to any of those 3 ahead of Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet is 4th on their tight end red zone depth chart.
Like you have Allen Robinson.
And Allen Robinson is 10th on their red zone depth chart. I don't think he's gonna ever catch a touchdown again as long as he's under Nagy.
Oh man.
I just thought it was funny.
Show. We can make a whole show out of how shitty the Bears are. Like, I'm dying over here. Shit's hilarious.
Bro, Smokey, man. Bears and the Bros, they probably got to drinking a lot.
Shout out to Jimmo.
And Jimmo, man. I have to take a drink for them, man. That's brutal.
The Bears, Brews, and the Bros already have that show. I was about to say that they already have the show where they talk about at length how shitty the Bears are.
Yeah, they got Bears, Brews, and the Bros. Bears, Brews, and getting shit faced because our team is
all
shitty.
bruised now. Yeah, it's just
I assume that they mix in some positive talk about the Bears, but I guess that's like an oxymoron, right?
Well, they have Justin Fields. I mean, they do have Justin Fields. I mean, he almost let him back.
The positive talk is how good the players are, and yet how Matt Nagy can't utilize them.
Hey, Justin, what about that tweet? You're the one who I saw retweeted it when Nagy was like, I have no idea why we did so good this week.
Yes. But Matt Nagy's my favorite coach since John Gruden is gone because I love the coaches that just say the stupidest stuff. Like, everybody knows except you. Like, the ownership's like, yeah, we understand why. We're working on it. Don't worry.
I just thought it was funny last night. They're like, oh, it's like it's like fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter. They're like, oh, it looks like the Bears have found a soft spot in the Steelers defense. And I'm sitting on my fucking recliner thinking, I could have told you where the soft spot was in week 2, buddy. What the fuck? You just not found it? Shit's almost over, man.
Yeah, he scored freaking 21 points in the fourth quarter. Fields, man. Fields is a baller.
Took him, like you said, 9 weeks to find it. I feel bad for his wife.
Hey, yes.
That's a bird in there.
Man,
Holy shit.
you made me just think of like me, myself, and Irene when he was talking to the cop and he was like, if you're fucking as good as your police were, couldn't hit the G-spot on a 12-pound pussy. That's Matt Nagy.
Man.
Oh, shit.
Great.
Matt Nagy.
But speaking of my vote's Tom Brady. speaking of pussy.
Oh yeah. Fuck Tom Brady.
Yeah, honestly, I used to have a banner on here
face.
that was just. I had a banner saved on StreamYard that was just "fuck Tom Brady." I don't have it anymore. I had to delete it. But.
Gotta put a banner back here that says "fuck Tom Brady." He is freaking. He's just such a nuisance. I mean, my Saints we always beat him in the regular season, and of course he has to beat us in the postseason. Like, just fuck Tom Brady. That's
because he's playoff Tom.
Oh yeah, playoffs. Oh bullshit, man! If it wasn't for Jared Cook's bitch ass, we'd have beat him. He freaking fumbles, and then it just all crumbled from there. But anyway, I don't want to get too much on that. I'm gonna get hammered if we start talking about that. The only guru's gonna be on the floor.
Hey
man,
listen.
Hey, you could sleep next to Najee.
Right? Oh yeah. Oh, he tucked it on the floor, and no blanket, no pillow, just on the floor, passed out.
Bruh, that what is it called? Tom, I forget what I was gonna say something about Tom Brady, but you know what? Fuck Tom Brady. Oh yeah.
You changed your vote to the pimp.
Yeah. No, and I also want to say fuck Shanahan because god damn it, we
could have had him.
We could have had Brady, bro. He wanted to come to us. We denied him, so he went to the Bucks.
And like we were talking about last night, Shanahan, fun fact, because Shanahan are not so fun for Niners fans. Shanahan, he's on pace now for his fourth losing season in the last 5 years as 49ers head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's already got a worse winning record than Chip Kelly.
Yeah, I think they're at the same right now. 44% is head coach. Oh, it's probably worse after that.
Yeah, if you follow the decimal point, he's worse.
Yeah, I was actually on the phone with Clark. He did the exact math. He's like, no.
He's worse than Chip Kelly.
Yeah. If you round it, they're the same. But if you continue past the decimal point, he's worse.
Yeah, because I was watching NFL Network, and they just said it, and I was like, word? And I was like,
it's crazy because like everyone else assumes Shanahan's this great coach because they went to the Super Bowl, but it's like
fully aware. I'm fully aware what Shanahan is at this point. Is that he can't win the big one, and if everything isn't going it's hard for him to make adjustments and do patchwork. You know what I mean? Maybe it's because when we get hurt, like the whole team gets hurt, like everybody. But I mean, I'm just he really need everything to be.
That's real camaraderie.
Yeah, I mean, patchwork. I mean, that's vital to survive in the NFL. I mean, look at my Saints with Sean Payton. I mean, we've had a rough year with injuries, brutal year with injuries. We're 5-3 still in the mix. That just goes to show how Sean can. I mean, he's able to get to adjust on the fly.
Yeah, I know the players are supposed to learn from the coaches, but I think Kyle Shanahan has learned from Jimmy G, and he's getting by on his looks because he looks much better than Chip Kelly, so he gets away with more.
That's a point.
Hey, Chip Kelly was hella ugly.
Yeah, so he just gets away with it. You know what I mean? Like, he's got a worse record, but he's not. People don't hate him like they hate Chip Kelly. People still like him. So,
hey, Chip Kelly's one of those guys. I bet you if you check his emails, he's got some Me Too shit going. I bet you.
Him and Mike McCarthy probably exchange emails.
Who was the running back that hated him when he is an Eagles coach?
Hey, I'm gonna tap in with y'all though, y'all. Man, you know what I'm saying? I got to get back to the festivities. You know what I mean? This is a very prestigious panel. I'm glad to be a part of the second annual
LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah.
See you later, Bogard.
He's out, Bogey.
LaShawn McCoy was the one that said Chip Kelly was racist.
Shady McCoy.
Yeah. He probably was in there. Yeah. I was like, McCarthy's probably not in that email chain. McCarthy, just whenever he's off, he's just in his barn, just chilling in his barn. Just not nothing to, no cell service, no nothing, just in his barn, just chilling.
I feel like McCarthy hangs out with Eddie Lacy.
Yeah,
like
having
the two of them just hang out eating cheeseburgers, cheese curds, like
and
pretending like they're watching film.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and his barn. Yeah, that's what when he took the year off from coaching, he was like, I was in this barn coming up with new plays. I'm full shit. You in there eating cheeseburgers in this barn, man. McCarthy's barn. Figuring out new ways how to fuck up the game. That's what he was saying. Man, how can I really screw this up? What kind of game management nightmare can I come up with this week? Oh my gosh, man. That dude, man. That's Dallas. I people were saying before the Denver game, everyone's Dallas, best team in the NFL. Freaking man, put your clown hat on and shut up, man. I don't want to hear any more talk about Dallas being the best team. Y'all it's crazy.
It's our year. We're going to the big one.
I know, right? It's crazy how
it eventually starts to. They'll do this, and you'll see this snapshot of like, why didn't they just like show up and perform? And that's, you take that one game, and then you move forward 6 to 8 weeks, and whenever it's week 1 or 2 of the playoffs, and they're facing that's the Cowboys that shows up. So I don't know why they get all excited.
Yeah,
it happens all the time.
Recency bias is a powerful drug. It can really make you look like an idiot.
And we've all seen The Lion King, and they talk about the circle of life. Like, this is the Cowboys' circle of life. It's like in the off season, they're like peaking. Mid-season, maybe they get some injuries, it flatlines a little bit. Then they do all right going towards the playoffs, and it either crumbles right before the playoffs or like right in the playoffs, like when it's like the biggest moments ever.
Yeah, and unfortunately, just like in the actual movie The Lion King, the lions always die.
Usually on Thanksgiving, really bad for everybody to see.
Speaking of which, that brings us to our honorable mention moment. I couldn't find a place to fit it in, but this is the honorable mention moment right here. The Lions find a way to fuck it up. That's not on them. That's just Justin Tucker being a fucking animal.
Man, and that 66 looked a lot like a GG, which is perfect because it was, that's his way of saying good game. Like, you guys showed up, but good game. I could kick it from anywhere on the field.
I actually saw someone. I watched. There's like a partial video with an article attached to it that said that Justin Tucker's field goal will stand until the end of time based upon mathematical equations, that kick will never happen again. No one will ever top it. No one will ever tie it. Based upon the launch trajectory of it and the launch trajectory that you have to hit it. So he hit it. I can't even remember the equation behind it, but it was like
one of these weird scenarios where like the defense, like it's a penalty and he gets a free kick, but the defense doesn't get to line up. Like he just kicks it. Would that ever happen? I feel like somebody could definitely hit something.
Or if it was the exact same scenario, but in Denver.
In Denver, the following week,
the thin air,
70-yard field goals the following week in warm-ups.
Is that even the highest?
Yeah, I think I'll say the record will stand as far as I don't think it'll get ever broken again anytime soon as far as in regular air. But in Denver, I could see someone eventually drilling a 70 in Denver.
I'm going to go ahead and say no one will ever beat it because it won't happen anytime soon. So if it were to even happen, this will be long gone in history. No one will see me saying this. So it'll never be beat.
All I know is we're seeing people take more chances all the time. I mean, we saw, what was it, Cairo Santos kicking a 65-yarder.
Holy fuck, dude. Based upon the angle, I thought he kicked it in. I was like,
yeah, he hit it straight on. He was just a little short. He did it great. Went up, went down like perfectly.
We're also seeing teams go for it on fourth down more, too.
A lot more, yeah. That's
missing
kickers.
There's going to be less field goals overall kicked, at long distances, unless it's the end of the game.
Yeah, the crazy thing with Justin Tucker, what I always remember him for is when the Ravens played the Saints a few years ago. God dang Tucker, it was an extra point to tie it for the Ravens. They had come back on us, and Tucker freaking missed the extra point, and it looked like his eyes were about to pop out of his god dang head, just like Peacock showed. Man, that shit was crazy. I was like, oh my god, I was so happy because we got we got the win, Saints win, but I was thinking, like, man, we got so lucky there. Tucker, the best kicker in football, misses not only a field, but an extra point. Like, it was just, wow. I always remember that. So as great as Justin Tucker is, I can always look like, haha, you missed that extra point. You got him to win.
I always hear that Justin talk about how he sings opera too, but I've never actually heard him sing opera. I got to look into this.
Yeah, we'll have to make a new award for that next. Yeah, the Opera Singer Award.
That's one of those facts that I keep forgetting about because, like you said, I've never seen it. So,
or we could have an award for like most versatile player, people that do like shit besides just football. I'm talking about the Alex Collins river dance stuff. Like we have like,
yeah, I love that.
We can have have like the guy like most top performing arts NFL player.
Antonio Brown's rap career.
Yeah, and Lev Bell. Yeah, Lev Bell. I can't forget them. They should have done a label together, the Killer B label, the double B label.
Lev Bell had a song called Shrimp Bayless where he made fun of Skip.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
My God. Lev Bell's rap career. Jeez.
Oh, man. Except for, see what Deion Sanders did? Like, he made all these football players think they could rap. For the record, though, in high school, I used to listen to Deion Sanders' rap album before every football game.
Dude, Antonio Brown shit is fucking whack.
Yeah.
I didn't know AB. I didn't know he had stuff. Well, I guess when he was out of the league for
barely.
Yeah.
I remember.
Lev Bell missed that whole season, so he like went all in. He had did a whole album and stuff. Like he thought he was really gonna make it with rapping. Like I think at that point he was like fuck the Steelers, man. I'm gonna be a rapper. Like fuck it. I'm gonna be as a rapper.
If you do want to check out a football player who did some rap albums, who's actually not bad at all, go ahead and check out Bobby Fino, Arian Foster. He has
he's awesome.
Pretty good stuff. Yeah. So that's somebody who didn't embarrass himself.
Also
doing that.
Cole Beasley.
Arian Foster, cool.
Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley is also pretty decent. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, he was decent as well. Cold World.
Man. Oh my God.
On Sleeper,
I always remember.
On Sleeper, his nickname for it's a Beasl's variant.
That's great. That's true. He's always, you always refer to as getting a case of the Beazles. Right. And then he, oddly enough, is an anti-vaxxer. Yeah, so it fits.
Beazles variant. Yeah, it's
the Beazles.
Did you guys see Aaron Rodgers just got fined?
So the Packers as a team got fined. Yeah, I didn't know.
I saw both of them did.
Oh,
I believe it. Yeah, because he wasn't wearing the mask in the press.
It was Aaron Rodgers, the Packers as an organization, and Alan Lazard got fined as well.
Just like in general, like did Alan Lazard do anything wrong, or was Aaron Rodgers like, I'm not going down alone? Someone's going down with us.
He's like, hey, this motherfucker ain't vaccinated either. He's out there snitching.
He's like, what? I am though.
Who pisses me off? Allen Robinson.
All right, man.
Let's see. So Schefter tweeted about it earlier. Of course, I got to scroll through all his Dalvin Cook shit real quick.
Dalvin Cook stuff with the domestic stuff, but
that's
oh Lord.
I don't think that affects anything fantasy wise, and hopefully he wasn't hitting anybody, and vice versa.
So Packers fined $300,000 for COVID violations of the NFL and NFL players associated protocols, while Aaron Rodgers and Alan Lazard each fined $14,655.
That's like a used car or something.
They'll get over it quick.
I don't know, bro. The used car market's fucking crazy. I'll tell you that right
That's
now.
true. It's not like a
try and
used car.
rent a car. You might as well buy one.
Bought a new car just recently, actually.
What'd you get?
Well, the wife got a RAV4.
Oh, quality
Toyota.
rig.
Yep,
quality rig. Run
good
forever.
stuff. Good for the family. Exactly. Yeah, good engines. Yep.
Bulletproof engines.
Yeah. Those things run on the showroom floor for. But no, sweet ride. Actually, not too shabby. The company pays for it. We'll take it.
There you go. So let's see. Honorable mention. So that's gonna bring us to more of the like goofy ass awards. So we got 4 of them. The first one, I'm gonna let you know right now before the nominees roll. This was tough because last year for this award there was a lot more random ass dudes that played. But the next award is going to be the Who the Fuck Is This Guy award. All right, so like I said,
I've never heard of the last guy for sure. The only reason I know semi about who the second to last guy was because you put punter there, and I was like, oh yes. But other than that, okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so it was funny because, like I said, like last year, Tyler Bray won this award last year. He started for the Bears, I think, 1 game, right? Exactly who. But so there was a lot of random motherfuckers that played last year. This year, it's a little bit different. There's not as many guys that like step in. You're like, who the fuck is this guy? The Jacksonville Jaguars' entire kicking staff was also a nominee last year. So this year it was funny because I had 4 nominees. So the first 4 you saw. And I'm watching Sunday and I'm putting like all this stuff together. And I'm like, God, I got to find like one more random ass dude. And I'm watching Red Zone and they're like, oh, Kirk Merritt on the target. I'm like, who the fuck is Kirk Merritt?
He scored, right?
Did he score? Yeah, no? I let me look. I think he did. I only saw one. Might have scored the Brissett touchdown.
Anyway, I was like, who the hell just scored from Miami? So anyways, that's why that might be why I was thinking that. But yeah. He gets my vote because I have no idea who.
No fucking clue. No clue.
Like I know Davis Mills. We talked about him a little bit. He's been hit or miss and a bunch of losses. So, yeah.
I'm voting for White Mike. Like, where the hell did this guy come from? Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, out of nowhere, catching some wins. Like, oh man, it's just ridiculous. Like the catches that we've seen from the wide receivers in the end zone. Like, they weren't trying this hard for Zach Wilson. Like, did we see? Like, it was like 2 weeks in a row, craziest catches. Like 360 toe tapping catch in the back of the end zone for Corey Davis. Then next week after that, who was it? Damn,
Elijah Moore?
No, it wasn't Elijah Moore. I can't. Damn it.
Barrios, Denzel Mims.
No.
A bunch of like
the other wide receiver. There's like another one who's like number
Cole,
3.
Jeff Smith.
Keelan Cole. The one-handed freaking catch, like right to go into the end zone. Like, yeah, they're out there making plays for White Mike. It's ridiculous.
No, I second that. He's the great white hope. So
Great White Hope. It's kind of fitting that I come back for the who the fuck is this guy award because I don't even know who the fuck's on the ballot. Grab a drink real quick and take a piss. I was like, well, who the fuck's on the ballot?
So the ballot is Cooper Rush, Mike White, Davis Mills, Presley Harvin III, and Kirk Merritt.
I think I was to go with the Great White Hope.
Because I had no idea who he was, but then all of a sudden he was an instant waiver wire pickup. And
yeah, exactly. I was like, yeah, Presley Harvin. He definitely gets a who the fuck is this?
Presley Harvin is Pittsburgh's punter. He's
right. I thought I was like, yeah.
He's the guy. He's the guy last night that he was either kicking it 25 yards or 55 yards.
Yeah.
That's our guy.
I know, right?
Fucking
man.
joke.
Yeah, Davis Mills. Yeah, the Great White Hope, man. It's such a legend. Me and Bogard actually made a trade involving the Great White Hope. So we have been like, it was like an inside thing. So it's like the Great White Hope, like this. I gotta go with him. It's such a legend. He's like the new Minshew or the new Taylor Heineke. Like he's just like that guy that
you
no
just
one
want to
knew
root for
who the hell he was. But yeah, you just want to root for him because he's
and he plays for the Jets. Man. Like, I mean, you can't hate him.
Who the fuck is this guy? Yeah, and he's just a guy that's like, yeah, you can't hate him. He came out of nowhere. He's just like
I've always said, like, everyone hates Tom Brady, right? Because he wins so much. So that's why we love Jets players, because they don't win anything. You're not worried about them beating you. No, they're going to eliminate us in the playoffs. No, you just love them. You're like, man, I'm rooting for this guy.
Yeah, and that's why he's the Great White Hope, because he at least gives the Jets hope. I mean, with Zach Wilson, they had no hope. I mean, with Zach Wilson, it was just they were getting their ass handed to them every week, except for that week they managed to beat the Titans in OT. But other than that one week, it's like they suck. A Great White Hope, man. He's killing it. I mean, Davis Mills, though, that kind of came out of nowhere. Although he was drafted, like I kind of somewhat knew who he was since he came out of the draft. With Great White Hope, I mean, he's been in the league, I think, for 3 years. And I literally, when they announced that he was going to be the Jets starter, I'm pretty sure my reaction was, who the fuck is this guy? And that's with the awards title, so I got to give it to him.
I had to Google him.
Yes, that's when you know. That's when you know that they're up for this award. When you have to literally manually Google them, like it's like because we keep up with this shit pretty close.
And you got to scroll a little bit to find information.
Your brain, like
he's
the
not
very
the
back
first Davis
of your brain.
Mills that pops up on, or sorry, he's not the first Mike White that pops up on Google.
Because there's the actor Mike White as well.
And then you have to add QB to get him on Google. So and then you probably have to add Jets after that.
Yeah, normally at the very back of your brain will kind of, oh yeah, Davis Mills, that's the guy that was drafted by the Texans. But a Great White Hope, you're like,
I have to say that with Davis Mills, like I think because of him, they need to add neck length into the combine numbers. Like I need to know what the neck length of my quarterback is.
Oh, he got the neck girth for sure, and the length. Like, he's just got a thick ass neck, like Mike. He's like the second coming of Glennon. Like,
he can stand in the pocket and like lean around the entire offensive line with his head.
Like the giraffe. He could like freaking like he definitely he could. You're not gonna prevent him from, he's not gonna be stuck to locking onto his primary read. He can see the whole field with that. He can just, he's got secondary read. I got you.
What do they call that in the submarine that you look through? The periscope. He's got a periscope on his neck.
Yeah,
we're talking about Davis Mills, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. He's the new and improved version of Mike Glennon.
I'll say this: my vote was for Kirk Merritt until this conversation because it was funny. Because when you Google Mike White, that exact shit pops up. It's like the actor. So it is kind of funny. It's like you got to do some digging to find Mike White, the quarterback.
The Great White Hope.
So I got to flip my vote.
White Mike.
Not only that,
let's
he's been
fucking go. Take a drink to that. Great White.
Also,
forearm injury.
I call Davis Mills Mr. Fantastic because he looks like his neck is like stretching out like Fantastic Four.
Oh man, great battle, but sorry, Davis, you're next gonna have to do a little more to beat the Great White Hope.
Right, you're gonna have to stretch it out a little bit. He beat you by a head.
He's
it's like the horse
unrefined.
race. He beat him by his head was bobbed in front of him, so he wins. That kind of
He's a
shit.
little unrefined,
Really
but
close,
he actually has multiple 300-yard games and multiple TD games, which is crazy. In
but
losses,
you have to.
I mean,
when he might get the job back.
Well, no, but
he might get the job back. Tyrod threw 3 picks this week.
Yeah, it was horrible. What the hell happened there? Coach Cully. I haven't really been keeping up much lately, honestly, but
don't blame you. Save yourself the pain and despair.
Davis Mills, he's one of those guys who makes me want to pull out some old school rock promos and be like, wait. What is your name? It doesn't matter what your name is.
Oh my God, they're freaking Davis. Yeah, it's literally like when I look at the Texans box score, I literally feel like I'm in a time machine. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is wrong with this? This is not a 2021 NFL offense. This is like something from the freaking Stone Age.
No, they took this out of that. They took this out of that 90s movie, Major League, man. They're just putting all the scraps pieces together.
Oh, speaking of, I love autographed memorabilia. So I just got an autographed jersey of the Cleveland Indians that says Vaughn on the back, autographed by Charlie Sheen.
Nice.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Probably my new favorite.
Hold on. You guys ready for this?
You need the glasses, just the watch.
Yeah.
The haircut.
And the skull and crossbones in the center of it.
Right.
His glasses.
Such a savage.
I think
the haircut's legit like a hairstyle you can have in MLB The Show.
I wanted to get that haircut as a kid, and my parents wouldn't let me.
They're like, hell no, we don't want a Christmas tree on the back of your head.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? To this day, I'm still upset with them. They should have let me do it.
You're a grown ass man.
School pictures would have been so cool.
Because you'd be standing backwards, so they just see your head.
Yeah, for sure. They're like, no, you got to see this.
I think the character that I love to hate the most in that movie, is Dorn, just Roger Dorn.
Oh yeah, everyone.
Yeah. Fuck Roger Dorn.
But I love.
He's a
Serrano.
cuck. He's a cuck, is what he is. Fuck him.
Yeah. He embodies it.
So we got Mike White for who the fuck is this guy?
The Great White Hope.
White Mike.
Let's give it to him.
White
Mike, the Great White Hope.
Mike White is actually here. Come on in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anyone doesn't have something better to do,
he's the one who can make our show. We didn't have anything else planned.
Coach said it was fine if he didn't show up to practice. So,
oh fuck. So the next award, is this a fucking joke? Now this is the lighter situations in the NFL. There's been some dark situations this year, but these are a couple of the lighter situations. All right, so
it's definitely Boswell.
I literally laughed out loud at all of those, by the way.
Boswell, we will be able to watch that for years and years and years, and we will laugh every time. That shit was so funny.
By the way, so for the kicker stuff, I put it in perspective. I had to go through and add up every attempted PAT, and every make, and then I also had to do the same thing for field goals. So it could be a tad wrong. I did a lot of math on it, but it was so
I'll take your word
going
for
through going through it, you know, obviously to start everything off, you know, Herb Stinky Fingers. I mean, this guy's got his fingers in ass cracks at the bar. What are you doing, Herb?
While his wife is like tweeting about corn or something.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, I probably have to go with Herb, man. That shit was
I see the
insanity.
correlation.
Herb Stinky
Fucking
Fingers.
Herb,
Pittsburgh loses Boswell and has to go for 2 the entire second half of the Cleveland game. Like, what the fuck is going on there? AJ Green against Green Bay, just a controller died moment, and all of a sudden, you know, pick. It is what it is. And then the NFL kicking situation. A lot of missed PATs, a lot of missed field goals. Now, granted, some of them are outrageously far and out of guys' range, but there's also some ridiculous kicks that should have been made. So
I hate kickers for fantasy football. I want to get them out of there. And the numbers, they prove it. Ever since they changed the field goal, like the goalpost made it skinnier, moved everything back more. Kickers are just fucking up more.
Put in the hash marks.
I'm all about keeping kickers in it because it's hilarious to me.
Kickers
I
are
pick a
people.
kicker. I pick a kicker at
psychopath.
random every week in my home league. I just change out my kicker every week and just pick one. And I always message everyone about who my kicker of the week is before I put in my waiver for him. And everyone in my league hates it. So it just makes me enjoy it so much more. And it's just a random kicker. I literally just pick one at random.
My strategy this year, I was just thinking how gay kickers are. So I just went Matt Gay in every league, and he's like a top kicker.
Yeah. And, I will send trades involving kickers.
I got Prater and Folk, and then I was like,
anytime someone sends me a bad trade. Yeah, sorry, Miles.
No,
anytime
cool.
someone sends me a bad trade, I send them a trade back involving a kicker.
We can swap kickers. It's all good. We can come to some sort of agreement.
How about you give me Patrick Mahomes and I'll give you my kicker, and we'll call it a day.
They're damn near putting up the same amount of points this year.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'll roster like 2 top 5 kickers and I'll trade one away, and it always works. Trust me.
I know it flashed kind of quick, but so NFL kickers are 610 for 651 on PATs and 416 for 505 on field goals was the number breakdown that I put on there. Kind of.
Do you know what those percentages add
they've missed over 50 each of those. Is that, am I understanding that right?
Dang.
Is that
correct?
That's a margin there. Okay.
Do you know the percentages?
Oh my goodness! I mean, I could find out.
Yeah, I think that's got to.
If you really want me,
you have a calculator. You don't have to use your fingers or anything.
I think that's got to be like.
I don't even know how you would use your fingers for that. Are you Urban Meyer?
Yeah, it's tough.
It seems kind of high though.
Yeah, some stinky fingers.
So,
or like, no, I'll just calculating the math problem real quick. I know, figuring it out there. Then I'll go see the grandkids. That was it. I just stayed back to go see the grandkids.
You think he washed his hands before he hugged his grandkids?
God, no. He smelled his fingers for weeks, buddy.
Yeah, he hasn't washed his hands to this day.
Ever since that happened, they've kind of been winning, low-key.
Yeah, he's out there shaking Trevor Lawrence's hand, welcoming him to the team.
That's what spooked Josh Allen, the Bills Josh Allen. Herb transferred the stinky fingers to the Jags Josh Allen. So the Bills Josh Allen was like, oh, God damn it. Throwing picks and shit. Just couldn't do anything. The power of the stinky fingers, man.
Shaking hands with those chocolate-covered pretzels.
Yeah, other coaches after the game when Herb goes to shake their hand, like, psych, I'll later. Good game, coach. I can't. I gotta go. I gotta get going. I gotta go see the grandkids. Herb's like, hey, only I can use that. Fuck up.
Dude, I don't know. My vote is for Herb Stinky Fingers, just because in my opinion, I'm just like I look for ridiculous shit every single year in the NFL, like just stupid shit. Every year I look at it and I'm just like, what's the thought process behind that? And Urban Meyer is a prime example. I mean, this is the same guy that was like, Vic Fangio. He's like, he tells Vic, it's like playing Alabama every week. No shit, dude. You're in the NFL. And this guy's out here fingering buttholes on his spare time.
I'm changing my vote to Stinky Fingers.
I do my segment News No One Cares About, which is, basically dedicated to this. But I got to go with Joe Judge because it was on the field.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Joe Judge.
That was fucking hilarious.
That was so bad.
And,
oh, my God.
I expect a lot of these coaches to do a lot of shady stuff off the field. I mean, the Redskins still exist, or the Washington football team.
Dan Snyder still exists.
Yeah. So I expect this from the coaching staff on teams, but like on the field, come on. This is your one job.
That's a close second. I'll say that. That was a close second. I mean, the kickers are bad, but I mean, these coaches, these are head coaches. Y'all should not be up for this award. Of all awards, you're a head coach. What the fuck are you doing?
That was actually, so I do the weekly weekly wrap up with Spencer and Bogard, and after Joe Judge, that was me and Spencer. It was just me and Spencer. Bogart couldn't make that show, and we were talking about it, and I was like, that is the funniest shit to me, that he tosses the challenge flag on a scoring play. What are you doing? I told, after it happened, when we were talking about it on the show, I told Spencer, I was like, I'm sitting on my couch watching the game, and I know, even Madden doesn't let you throw the challenge flag on the scoring play.
Yeah, if it was Madden, you go to
and Joe Judge is like, fuck it.
Can't do it. Yeah, Joe Judge.
The only way this could have been worse is if it was his team that scored and he threw it.
Yeah.
It's the only way it could have been any worse.
No, it didn't count.
Yeah, I'm challenging that my team scored.
And then they overturn it. God damn, it's like in basketball where you make a shot on the other goal and then the other team gets points. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? They had a kid when I was in youth basketball, and I think it was 11 and 12-year-old basketball. They had a dude on my team that literally made a point for the other team. He was our center. And he was going for a rebound, and then he makes it. He shoots it. What is that, Elijah? What are you doing? You made the other team points. They were roasting him. I was like, oh man, I felt bad for him because I had a rough year that year. I was like, damn. I was like, fine, finally they get to.
But you got to be glad that he exists if you're having a rough year.
Yeah, exactly. I was glad because they would always.
And that's why Joe Judge has his job.
Yeah, I want to see the offense and defensive coordinators' faces when it happened. Wait, this is our boss?
Yeah, with fucking Irv, the Stinky Fingers Irv. What was the Jags coaching staff thing? This is our boss. Or Trevor Lawrence, 21, 22.
On that day, he was like, "Look, I'm smarter than that guy."
I'm elbow deep in a butthole, but at least I didn't throw a challenge flag on a scoring play.
I mean, honestly, it's because the challenge flag was probably stuck in that butthole. So,
I can't get. Oh shit! It's stuck. It's stuck. Nothing we can do about it.
You just gotta let it be.
Yeah, it might come out eventually. It's stuck for now.
So where are we at on this one?
I think Stinky Fingers wins because me, you, and Huss all voted for it.
I'm gonna have to vote for the Stinky Fingers as well. Although I did find it crazy because I wasn't watching the game when Boswell got injured, right?
Yeah, I saw the highlight. It was pretty bad.
No. So I show up at my brother-in-law's and he's outside barbecuing and he has the game on the TV and I was like, why are these guys going for two? Okay, or whatever, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm like, why are these guys going for 2 again? What is going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got pushed back. They had the penalty, and they pushed them back, and then they still went for 2. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I swear that my opponent that week was he had Boswell on his roster, so I had to like double check, and like sure enough, you know, he dropped him and made a move or whatever. I don't know. No, he didn't. He was playing him because he got hurt during the game, right? Yeah, he dropped him, you know, a couple of days later or whatever. But sure enough, you know, he had him in the lineup or on his roster, and I was like, oh, this is well good for me, but unfortunate for Boswell, obviously.
Oh man!
But I had no idea that it happened, and I still haven't seen the play.
They explained it. I was watching Red Zone, and they explained
the ball way too long.
Yeah, they explained it on Red Zone. Yeah, he got like cold feet. He was holding it, and then he just gets his clock clean.
It was like, a fire play, like it was.
And I love that he said, like what's her name, Christina Pink interviewed him, and he said before this last game, and he was like, yeah, you know, I held the ball too long. He's like, you know, I got a little more contact than I had planned on in that game. He's like, you know, hopefully this game I don't get as much. And then there was the fumble on the kickoff that fumbles it right to him, and then he gets plowed. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you know what? Nothing will ever beat when Antonio Brown Spartan kicked the kicker to the face.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah. This is, you know, Pittsburgh.
Who was
something.
that? Oh no, it wasn't. Boswell
Were
was
they in
on
Pittsburgh?
his team, so it wasn't Boswell.
It was Cleveland.
Yeah, that's who it was. That's what made it even better, because like Cleveland was so bad that year too, so it was just completely unnecessary. I had Antonio Brown on my team that year, and so
he genuinely wanted to jump over him, but then he was like halfway through, he was just like, "Well, I'm not going to get hurt here. I'm just going to." I
had Antonio Brown on my team that year, and like you get points on kick returns in my league. Like if they score,
you get points for kicks, kicking the kicker.
No, but I was completely okay with not getting the points when that happened. I was like, you know what, that was worth it. That was worth it. Even if I lose this week, that was worth it.
Yeah. Well, like that Steelers game is funny because I was watching it, and obviously as soon as the fake happens, my thought was, why the fuck are we doing that? Kick a field goal, like we tie the game up right here if we just kick the field goal. Then all of a sudden Boswell's rolling out, and I was like, oh god, and he gets smoked, and then he's on the ground, and I'm like, oh no, and then like Presley Harvin, he's never kicked a field goal, never been a kickoff specialist in his career. I was like, this is awesome. He does his first kickoff, boots it out of bounds immediately, and I was like, this is a fucking shit show, dude. This is a disaster. Going for 2 the whole game, and I was like, geez.
That's all I saw that game, like special teams blunders. I was like, what is going on in this?
Yeah, just amazing.
I was also, admittedly, I was kind of buzzed during that game. That's why I only remember those things.
There you go. It's on them.
Half paying attention. But I would say that's what I would have voted for. But I would.
Yeah, Miles, I will let you deliver that award to Urban Meyer.
I'll be in Florida.
Sanitizer.
I'll be in Florida next year, so we can wait until then.
Take hand sanitizer.
Yeah, maybe it'll have worn off by then. All right, just toss it to. All right, Herb, we'll do this a little toss to you.
A little pitch.
We'll do the Tom Brady. The Tom Brady boat
shovel pass.
Celebration.
The quick shovel pass, like Mahomes always does. Yep. And just run, take off, running.
Had the stats.
Oh yeah. Yep.
More teams did that. Be great.
I know. Yeah. Like I hear people complain about that. Oh, Mahomes, he just does that to pad his stats. The little pitch pass.
Andy Reid does it to pat Mahomes stats, I think.
Yeah, and then people complain saying like, that shouldn't count as a pass. It should be I don't know what
I feel like they haven't run a lot of those this year, though. You know, or that the offense just isn't.
Yeah, the offense is just kind of stale this year. It's like a damn. It's almost like it's like stale bread. Is it going bad? You gotta replace. You gotta adjust.
You missed the last hood week.
I know.
They have the second most, or he has the second most first downs of any quarterback.
Who? Mahomes?
Mahomes.
No.
Yeah.
Really? That doesn't make sense.
I know.
That doesn't seem like it makes any sense.
He had a strong start.
We had a guest on, and they both chose Bogard, and the guest both chose that as the lie, and it's correct.
I probably would have gone with them, but if they both chose it, I would have been like, But
for the Sunday morning show?
Yeah. It's because I was on a roll there, and then I got drunk the last 2 Saturdays, so I haven't made the Sunday show.
Yeah, we need to come back. Yeah, I was like, last Saturday I was pretty drunk, so I was like, this Sunday
I got three in a row, and then Halloween happened, and then
I feel you on Halloween, because that was a rough show, let me tell you.
Yeah, I remember I almost hit you up, but I was like, man, I'm gonna be feeling rough that Sunday morning.
Yeah, and then this past Sunday also was rough, but it was a little bit less rough than Halloween.
Oh, it would have been really rough for me. It would have been really rough. Let's just say that.
We had a New Orleans UFC and Canelo fight. Yeah, I was doing boxing and UFC, so there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
It was a good Saturday. That was a good weekend.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I always loved the NOLA weekends. Those are good times.
Scouts honor. We'll be there with the getting our lineup set. Because
that was a good show we had.
I've been setting up my lineups on Saturday and just not waking up on time to do any last minute tinkering, which is. I started Mike Williams this past week, and I got lucky that I still won in that league because he was on bye.
I was going to say shout out to Hustler, because we're going to have a new segment this Sunday for Super Draft Pros, just talking about lineups or setting your stuff on there. So
it's going to be extra
Draft Pros.
Yeah. Check it out, everyone.
Oh yeah, it was Caesars, right?
Yeah. So,
oh yeah.
Clock's got a link, so make sure you use his link.
It'll check in Sunday morning. I'll have it in the description.
Right on.
Yeah, there's it's legal in all 50
on Twitter.
It's legal in all 50 states, so it's really dope. The way they're able to get around it is with subscriptions. Super awesome. You pay I'm in the $100 one. Me and Bogart and a couple other guys are, and you get 4 contests a day, every single day. So over 120 to 150 somewhere in there for the $100. And I'm already in the green. I haven't played daily in a long time, and I think I've hit in almost 10 contests in a week.
Right on. Yeah, I'm about to get in on that for sure.
Next up. We got the Better Luck Next Year award. So this is awarded to people that are just on shitty teams, or they're playing shitty situations, whatever it is. Last year, the award winner was Joe Burrow between me and Bogard, and not 12 hours later, he tore his ACL. So this year, the Better Luck Next Year award.
It's definitely Zach Wilson, because White Mike stole your job.
Man, I agree. Zach Wilson's the instant one to me, and plus you play for the Jets, so it's always better luck next year.
Right. Yeah, I can see it. I feel like Trevor Lawrence would be a good one for this, though, because it's with Zach Wilson, it's will it even be next year? I mean, I guess since he was the second overall pick, but man, he freaking sucks. I feel like with Trevor, Trevor's deal is truly just the situation. Like if he had anyone but Herb as his head coach, he would be better. I feel like with Wilson, it's just I kind of think Wilson just truly sucks. Like I was floored that he was the second pick in the draft. I think he's gonna be a huge bust. So I'm gonna have to go with Trevor because I feel like Trevor still has a really bright future in this league.
Okay, well, I don't know how to interpret this segment, whether they should really suck and they really need the luck next year, or I hope that they have better luck next year because they have potential. But I'm just sad for both Jared Goff and Tyrod Taylor because I don't think there's better luck next year for the guys like that. Playing the way that they play anymore. These other dudes at least have some youth. But yeah, definitely Zach Wilson pops out to me because Mike White did come out and just ball. I think we've talked about Mike White quite a bit tonight, but he might be the next great White hype, like we were saying. But yeah, Zach Wilson, sorry, man. I mean, even your mom can't save you now. I don't know what to think of his situation. I feel like he tries to force things downfield or the offense just doesn't flow, and at least White comes in and he's hitting guys that are open, and the team wants to, like Hustler was saying, at least make some plays. And you weren't really seeing that other than preseason, with Zach Wilson. So better luck next year, Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, he is pretty bad.
And
yeah.
Zach Wilson's mom was gonna come pick this up later tonight.
Yeah. Shout out to Zach Wilson's mom as far as she saved his draft stock. Like I was like, it was bad, but then it had all the stuff. But I was like, yeah, he's gonna still get drafted high. He's gonna still get drafted high. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that.
BYU.
Man, I could tell though, man. That was Bogard say Fugazi, man. That boy was Fugazi. He had one good year in 2020. Before that, he wasn't on anybody's radar. And now look at it. I think he's trying to pull the Jimmy Garoppolo thing. Like he thinks he's gonna be good looking and get away with it. But those picks, man. You can only put so much lipstick on the pig, man. That pig he's been a huge pig so far. He's trying to put all the lipstick he can, him and his mama, but that's y'all got to y'all are on the Jets. So but between y'all and if you don't perform, the Jets are a pig within themselves. So yeah, that's Trevor is in the hunt here, but I can see why y'all went with Zach, man. Better luck next year, pal. Yeah, you're done.
Oh, the Jets.
The goddamn Jets.
We had two Jets win awards tonight, the Great White Hope and Zach Wilson.
Yeah, both quarterbacks.
Congratulations.
To the New York Jets.
Wow.
That's the most wins they've had in a while.
Yeah, and obviously
the season total.
They usually get a lot of points for being bad too. So you got a good trophy, you got a bad trophy too. So just like the way they are in real life.
Those upside down leagues.
Bingo.
Get all your Jets on those upside down leagues.
The last award, Hustler. What was your thought process on this last award here? The player hater of the year.
So a lot of it is Bogard, really, because there's so many players who he just comes out and hates because man, this guy's gonna vulture Kyler Murray. This guy's gonna vulture this player. Fuck these guys. I'm not fucking with these guys. And then I just thought of the Chappelle Show and the player hater of the year and Silky Johnson and all them. Yeah. And it just seemed like, that'd be real fitting for a show like this. We know we got the part with the goat pants out there.
There we go. So nominees for the player hater of the year.
Oh man, a lot of those hurt.
Awesome.
I feel like I had every one of those guys rostered.
These felt personally
except for James
offensive.
Conner because he's the touchdown snake.
Yeah, I tell you what, I felt personally attacked like right off the bat with Allen Robinson, so that's who I'm gonna have to go with, man. Allen Robinson, fuck, man, that dude has killed me, man. In 2 leagues where I had him as my first receiver, I took him in the 3rd round, thinking, well, he's so consistent, he can overcome Nagy, but nope, I was dead fucking wrong. No one can overcome Nagy, man. Allen Robinson takes it for me.
Spencer, my gut reaction was Allen Robinson here, but I decided there's 2 of these players I own in way too many leagues. And Allen Robinson's one of them. And that one hurt. But I don't blame Allen Robinson. I blame Matt Nagy. And that
I'm not saying it's really his fault, but it's just I have to pick him though.
Yeah,
he's
I'm going with the other one that personally offends me because I have him in way too many leagues, and that's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Because he's missing passes down the field. Like, he is not playing the way he has been. I feel like he tricked me. I've been catfished. This is not Patrick Mahomes on the field.
Is it Jackson Mahomes on the field?
Yeah,
they swapped. So Patrick's doing TikToks now, I guess.
How much is he dancing?
Yeah, right. Dancing on the Sean Taylor Memorial.
Yeah,
thing.
I don't want the Patrick rate anymore. That's what I know.
Ever since he signed with State Farm, he's just been going downhill.
You don't want the Rodgers rate, or else you'll get COVID. So I guess fuck State Farm then.
He should have double checked his vaccination card.
Right? Yeah, I've been immunized, so I want to double check that, buddy.
There was a lot of guys on this list, man. There's a lot of guys on this list, and like I said, I felt like all of them felt personal. I'll just touch on Laviska a little bit because I had it pegged high, and then with the Etienne injury, I thought that he was in line for a lot of stuff. Even renamed a whole team after him, made a graphic that was very awesome. You can check that out on my Twitter somewhere. He's Terminator style. But anyway, it's Asta Laviska, baby. But I mean, I had to Asta Laviska him for my lineup, I just had to jettison him to the waiver wire.
To the waiver wire. Yeah, he's been waiver wire fodder, man. And that freaking
he was so bad. He was one that I had to deal with early. Allen Robinson was another one, but I traded him away in a deal, so I got out of that one. But I'm going to go here with Justin and agree with Patrick Mahomes because I have Mahomes in not 1, not 2, but I believe 3 of my 5 dynasty leagues, and he's tied to my Travis Kelce's and my Tyreek Hills that I have in those leagues as well. So that is really hurting in leagues where I finished in 2nd, or I was like undefeated for most of the year. Now I'm 5 and whatever. So Patrick Mahomes,
dynasty league with him, Hill, CMC, and Derrick Henry that I thought I was going to just absolutely destroy everyone at the beginning of the year. And that's not going so well.
No. So Patrick Mahomes, what the hell?
Yeah, a lot of times that happens. I noticed that Justin with when you think for example, last year, if you get in Dynasty or whatever, just anything, if you gave up a whole bunch to get a CMC Saquon stack, it's a lot of times that doesn't work. It's a lot of times those guys you assume are these studs. It's a lot of times it's better to get the guys later, like a Cooper Kupp or Debo. Those guys are outpacing guys that were drafted way ahead of them.
Yeah, they're outpacing Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
Hopkins.
It's crazy how that stuff works. So with running backs, goddamn, who's the guy? Corduroy the Pimp, for example. Corduroy the Pimp is smoking CMC, Saquon. He's even had Zeke and shit. Corduroy the Pimp is. That's just goes to show, man. He's a top 10. He's a top 10 wide receiver and running back right now. Exactly. He's smoking he's smoking over half the first round.
And more importantly, he's number 1 in our hearts.
Yeah. And the number 1 pimp, no doubt. Corduroy. The number 1 corduroy rocker. I need to get a corduroy outfit. That's what I should have been for Halloween. I should have been corduroy the pimp.
The 2 leagues I have him in, the problem is I had Mike Davis in those.
Corduroy and the dreads.
Yeah, he's ahead of Aaron Jones.
Right? Yeah, Mike Davis. Rest in peace, Mike Davis. Man, that dude.
Better luck next year, Mike Davis.
Your job. Yeah, he could have been in the better luck next year for sure.
Better luck next team.
Right? Yeah, he's on a 1-year contract. He'll be out of there. Shit, they need to extend Corduroy to Pimp. Give him a big contract extension. That dude's a versatile, valuable piece.
Yeah, what do they do next year, though? He's 31.
Yeah. What's his contract situation? I mean, if they gotta extend him. I mean, if they don't, what their offense is gonna suck. I mean,
but you have a 32-year-old, pimp out there.
Pay me like a wide
receiver. Yeah, but look at his workload over the last 8 years. It's been very, very minimal.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of miles. He's like an older.
How much can a 32-year-old handle?
He's like a 64 Cadillac, like he's just like real smooth,
Oh yeah, smooth pimp, right?
That's why they need to bring in Frank Gore to help lessen that load.
Smooth pimp. Yeah, he's a free agent. They might have to slap him with the franchise tag.
Bring him back.
He's their franchise player right now. He's more valuable than fuckboy Matt Ryan.
And then, Frank Gore could show him where the Falcon of Youth is,
too. Right? Yeah, say if it wasn't for Corduroy the Pimp, he would have been Matty Slush on Sunday against my Saints. So guess who saves him? Corduroy the Pimp caught the long pass to win it for him.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me,
he strutted after he caught that.
Oh, he really did. I had to tip my hat, man. He's just that dude, man. He's better than any weapon on I say Kamara. I say outside of Kamara, he's way better than any weapon that the Saints have.
I don't know.
Speaking of Kamara,
I know he's wearing a helmet, but whenever I see him out there, he's wearing a giant feathery hat. Like, he's running routes in that thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like big platform shoes or something. Bell bottoms.
He's stiff arming with a cane.
Get out of my way. Just whacking him, slapping them.
Defenders coming.
Smacking them defenders.
He's like, bitch, better have my money.
He gets a taunting penalty after everyone because he's like, where's my money? Standing over.
I don't know how every conversation comes back to
he's the man. He's the pimp.
He won the MVP.
He's
right?
not on a
MVP.
single.
Yeah, I got it. I got it down.
Yeah, he won the MVP, man.
I got it down on the right end.
I changed my vote. Yeah.
Here's my right end.
He wasn't on a single one of these votes, and yet he won one and came up on like 4 different categories.
That's how good he is. Crap. He just slides up in where he's not supposed to be.
Exactly. That's exactly how the season was, right? Like no one was rostering him at the start of the season. No one drafted him, but yet here he is.
MVP, mid-season MVP.
Up here. Yeah, I wish I had drafted him in my freaking best ball league. My best ball team is fucking horrible. I could really use the pimp right now.
Oh, man, I'm dominating in Hustler's best ball league.
You bastard. I got him in the Scott Fish Bowl. Got him in the Fish Bowl. That's really helping me out right now. That's for sure. Drafted him super late.
Oh, I just realized why I'm dominating in that one, right? So I have Cordell Patterson, obviously. But more importantly, I'm in the Jerry Maguire one, right? The show me the money, right? Show me the money for Cordell Patterson. Bitch, better have my money. So
there it is.
Right on.
So with this award, all right. I mean, it's open for interpretation, and pretty much the origin of this is guys like Bogard getting super pissed at guys like James Conner. Because like, man, he is gonna fuck up my Kyler Murray shares. He's gonna fuck up my DeAndre Hopkins shares. So it doesn't mean you necessarily suck.
I mean, okay. So here's my thought process is, and on one of my teams, I got James Conner. So I'm not gonna vote James Conner because he got me 40 fucking points. I will vote, however, on the same team. I have Patrick Mahomes and I also have Aaron Rodgers. And Patrick Mahomes has consistently let me down. And I had to start Mahomes this week. He got me fucking 10.4 points.
I tried to
Jalen Hurts was on the team I was playing, and he outscored Patrick Mahomes.
I'm proud to say I have 0 Patrick Mahomes shares this year. Very proud of that. That's probably why I didn't vote for him, because I haven't had to feel the pain like you guys. I stayed away. I was like, I never take the number 1 rated quarterback. It especially
fell in
in
some of my drafts.
I don't touch him.
I got him. I got him.
Josh
I had the
Allen
last
in a
pick,
few.
and I got
Kyler Murray,
Dynasty,
Justin
years ago.
Herbert. I have a
Couple
few
years
of them,
ago.
but no Mahomes. No more Lamar Jackson. I have it. No Mahomes, and I'm thankful for that because boys, he has sucked a fat one this year.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, so I mean, A-Rob, it's more of a personal bias thing because A-Rob's really like screwed me personally.
Well,
in a couple
here's
leagues,
my thing.
Yeah,
too.
Mahomes. I mean, if I had some Mahomes shares, I'd probably be with y'all.
So this same team where I have Mahomes and James Conner, I also have James Robinson.
Oh, you have James Robinson.
Or no, sorry.
Oh, Allen Robinson? You have
Allen
A-Rob
Robinson.
too?
Sorry,
God, you have everyone on this list.
I have A-Rob too. I have A-Rob on the same team, dude.
So just whatever this team is, just
the player hater of
team.
The team hater of the year award.
Team
I
hater
hate
of
this
the year
fucking
award goes to your
team.
roster.
I hate this fucking team, dude.
Yeah, I
Dude,
could do an award
one
thing.
of
But yeah,
those.
my most hated team. I have a couple of 2, 3, 4 teams that I just feel are cursed teams that I just fucking hate having to deal with them each week. I just like, fuck these teams.
I have a cursed team that has Kyler Murray, Dalvin Cook,
gosh.
and Justin Jefferson, Antonio Gibson,
Yeah, I have Gibson on my freaking best ball team, man. Yeah, I have one team. Yeah, the freaking fantasy throne league. I have a guy named Nick Chubb, who's always hurt now on COVID. Russell Wilson got hurt. A-Rob, Mike Davis. No tight end. Like I picked up Dawson Knox thinking I was smart, and then he gets hurt. Nicole Hardman never does anything. I mean, it's just
nobody can stay healthy this freaking
year. It's terrible. Yeah, literally on this team, this cursed team I have, it's literally Najee and Debo and Chris
year I did
Godwin.
very well in fantasy because I had very, very, very few players get injured across all my leagues.
It ain't like that this year. There's no leagues.
No, hell no. There's not. I don't have enough IR spots in leagues this year.
Oh, it's fucking brutal. I had one league where I was dominating and I lost. Literally had Henry, Monty,
I do have to hop out of here, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Clock. Where can everyone find you at, my guy? Before you head out,
right there on Twitter, Management Clock, or all the other social medias, Clock Management.
Sunday mornings.
Yeah, every Sunday morning we're live. Help you set your lineup. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun.
Hi, man. Thanks for hopping on.
Justin.
Yes, sir. Good seeing you, Justin. Oh yeah, big shout out to Clock, man. That's a
big shout out to Clock.
Yeah, Clock's awesome, man. I have to go back on his Sunday show. That was a good time. It was a good time. Yeah, we might have to go. Might not go quite as hard on Saturday. Like get up for Clock show. These past couple Saturdays, yikes! There's no way I could have gotten up. I was struggling just to get up for noon to get my live done and get my lineup set. I was like, fuck.
Likewise.
Man.
This last Sunday, I agreed to go to the mall, and it was tough. I didn't watch any football. I had to come home and watch the highlights at halftime, the Sunday night game or something, where I was already falling asleep.
Yeah, we'll shake back.
Don't agree to go to the mall on Sundays. Don't agree to go to the mall on Sundays, guys.
I say Sundays for me. I literally I work on Sundays with my new job with Bet Nola. So I tell people I can't do anything on Sundays. I'm booked up. I gotta work. I literally work on Sundays. So yeah.
Kudos to you. I don't think I could do that.
I'm thankful for that gig, man. It's been great. It's been great. I can't complain.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up. Let's go around. Spencer, where can everyone find you at, my guy?
Right on. Yeah, I just mentioned the Bet Nola thing, so y'all can go check me out on there. I have articles and live streams up, and then also my personal stuff at Spencer the Guru on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. We're going to have to get the podcast back launched. As soon as I do, I'll have to have y'all boys on there. It's going to be a lit time. We're going to do some new stuff. With my stuff, I always pride myself on coming up with original ideas. I don't try to copy nobody, no cookie cutter bullshit. Anything that I do is original, and we're gonna get back to the Guru Nation roots here soon and get going with all that. So we're gonna get it rolling here. We'll keep y'all posted on all that. So in the meantime, y'all can go follow at Spencer the Guru on Twitter and Instagram. We got our weekly stuff each week, our lives, rankings, every week we have our rankings out, and I spend a lot of time on those. So haters, well, you can hate all you want, but I bust my ass putting time into that. I know I have a lot of people that really enjoy them. Because they had one week where I was deleting posting them, and a dude messaged me like, "Where are the rankings?" And I was like, "I'm working on them. They'll be up. They'll be up." He's like, "Oh man, I appreciate that. I look at these every week, man. I count on these." I'm like, "You bet they're gonna be up," and sure enough, they were up. So I'll go check it out. That's Spencer the Guru and BetNola.com. Appreciate you having me, Blake.
Nice.
Hey, appreciate you hopping on, my guy. Hustler, where can everyone find you at, my guy?
Yeah, just go YouTube, Fantasy Football Hustler. Every podcast out there, Fantasy Football Hustler. Go to my site, fantasyfootballhustler.com. It's got all the links there. And you guys got to go check out Super Draft Pro. It's a dope new daily fantasy site, superdraftpro.com/FFHustler420. Go check it out. You can play for free, but you definitely want to get into one of the paid subscriptions. It's the shit. It's awesome. Hundreds of people are in this contest. Not thousands, not tens of thousands, not millions. It's literally hundreds. Time to clean up.
Right on.
Peacock, where can everyone find you at, man?
Me, obviously, I'm chilling all the time. FF Peacock on FF_Peacock, excuse me, on Twitter. Like you see right there at the bottom. Exactly. And then Muscle Up Miles on Instagram. And there's also some more underscores in there because I just like to do that because I don't know why I do that. But anyways, weird old school 90s kid thing. But but you can go ahead and find me on there. I do a lot of fantasy content. I'm also with Clock Management on Sundays. I am hanging out with Slayer and Bogard as well, and there are various streams doing our What If series on Wednesdays, so you can check that out tomorrow. That live stream.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be on with y'all tomorrow. Looking forward to that.
There you go. You can check out the Guru. We're gonna be doing that stuff there. So Wednesdays and then Sunday mornings, helping set your lineup when I am not hungover and I can wake up on time to help you do that and help myself. But it's very, we're answering questions live in the chat. We're here to help you win and help ourselves win and just kind of talk out certain scenarios and situations and just bounce ideas off each other. So come check that out and and win some fantasy games.
Yeah, man, that was a great time. That was a great time that Sunday I was on with y'all. Really, it helped me out personally. Like I was honestly, man, I had some dilemmas.
I've missed it this last couple of times that I wasn't able to do it because it helps me with my thought process and when I'm setting lineups a lot. And I regret not waking up in time, but I don't regret my Saturday night. So win-win, win-loss. I don't know how you want to, whatever. It balances out.
Yep.
The other three here, we got, hey, check out Bogard at the GMM Network on Twitter, at the GMM Network on Instagram. Hey,
give me money.
Real Fantasy Playmakers series on YouTube. Hustler, what's your guys' series over on YouTube as well that you do with Bogard? What is it?
So it's called the Fantasy News Today. Monday.
Yeah, that's a dope show.
FNT.
I tune in every day and get my fantasy news today, man. Big ups to y'all.
Roughly around lunchtime.
4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Yeah. So we're getting all the news that comes in. Maybe we miss a little bit of West Coast news, but that just seemed like a nice spot to get all the news.
It's a sweet spot. It's a sweet spot. That's a dope idea, man. I appreciate y'all for that. Like if I'm kind of in the day, like kind of like clouded on stuff, like let me check out Huss and Bogart, see if they can help kind of unwind, help my mind out here through all this crazy shit, man. This is one of those years, So yeah, big ups.
Yeah, we're streaming on both our channels, and then so me and him are hosting it every single day, and then every day of the week we got different people on coming and co-hosting. So pretty dope. We got a dope panel of guys. It's always a fun time.
Fucking A. Fuck yeah. And we also got hey, shout out JLove who couldn't be with us because he's feeling ill. At Rumboys JLove on Twitter. Articles on Rumboys. That's as far as I'm going to go because that's what I feel. Also, shout out Clock. Hey, I couldn't pop it up in time. I thought I had a banner for it. I couldn't fucking get it. But hey, at Management Clock on Twitter, Clock Management YouTube as well. Please check them out. Cheers to Clock.
And that shows at 10 a.m. Central. It's last minute lineup advice on Sunday mornings, and I know that he has another series that comes out at this waiver wire show. I think that popped up early this morning. I think 10 a.m. Central. So.
Oh, it's a good time. Maybe we have a Jay the Plug pops in on there and the Maddie Daddy. It's a lit time.
Goodness gracious. Whole lot of content between everyone here. But
yeah, man, we're putting in the work, man.
I appreciate you fellas being here. Cannot thank you enough. Shout out to everyone that joined in. JLove, hope you get to feeling better. Clock, shout out. Appreciate you, Bogard. Appreciate you. I mean, I guess where we're at now is cannot thank everyone enough for tuning in, listening. Go ahead and do me a favor out there and take her fucking sleazy.